Hey Sabre Dog fans, welcome back to Corbett Field after what was perhaps the most exciting matchup in the Route 2 rivalry game last night. Now again, it was a battle of adversity. Neither team stood out offensively and both of the pitchers battled through adversity all game long, but still, love a close ball game, tied up at 3-3 all the way until the bottom of the ninth when it came down to the last pitch and Ben Newbert walked it off. Let's go ahead and break it down for you once more in the Sabre Dogs' 9th straight win in the 4-3 defeat over the Red River Pilots. Again, as mentioned, the pitchers battled through adversity all game long, but it was tied up at 3 going into the top of the 8th when Marco Ozuna came into the game, and boy was he as good as we expected him to be in his Sabre Dog debut. 4 strikeouts and not allowing one Pilot base runner in the final stages of the game. And then, of course, it's the moment that players only can dream about. Bottom of the 9th, 2 runners on, 1 down, and Ben Newbert stepped up to the plate. Rather than tell you what happened, let's go ahead and take you back to the play that won the Sabre Dogs the game.
A 1-0 count for Newbert. Second pitch. Cranks this one to left, and they're going to send him. Demeter around third, and that's going to do it. Ben Newbert walks it off for the Sabre Dogs. Souris Valley wins it on a Ben Newbert walk-off. And there's the water bath for Newbert. He got all of it. You'll love to see it. The boys in blue walk it off in the Magic City.
All right, Sabre Dog fans, once again, Ben Newbert was the hero and Marco Ozuna shined to get the W last night in the 4-3 victory over the Pilots. But rather than highlight some of the players, let's go ahead and switch things up a bit. We're going to ask each Sabre Dog player who has the best hair on the team. Let's find out.
Who has the best hair on the set? Seth Delgado, for sure.
Best hair on the Sabre Dogs.
My boy Benny.
How we doing? Good.
I'd say for sure Benny.
Good boy.
Who has the best hair on the Sabre Dogs? Me, bro. Come on now. Blonde mullet? Kidding me?
Brett Laura.
I mean, don't usually see their hair, but probably Ben Newbert. Yeah. I mean, coming off the walk-off, we'll give it to him. So.
Seth Delgado, by far.
Definitely Ben.
That question. Best hair on the Sabre Dogs. Ooh, just wait until I get a haircut. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
I'm gonna say, of course, me. How about that?
How about who has the best hair? I have to go Seth.
Best hair, gotta say either Reed or Seth. Gotta go with the long flow and lettuce.
Me.
Ciao.
Look at me.
That's got to be me, obviously.
Best hair.
Seth Delgado. Who has the best hair? I think I do.
I'm gonna go Ben.
Oh, Ben is gonna give my answer to Ben.
Who has the best hair on the Sabre Dogs?
It's not me, man. It's definitely not me.
Got a question.
Who has the best hair on the Sabre Dogs? Me. 100%. Not even close.
Hey Sabre Dog fans, welcome back to Corbett Field after what was perhaps the most exciting matchup in the Route 2 rivalry game last night. Now again, it was a battle of adversity. Neither team stood out offensively and both of the
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Magic City. Mitch Kieran along with you, and we're looking forward to another matchup in the Route 2 rivalry here in the Expedition League. We got ourselves a great turnout for Sunday night baseball between your Souris Valley Sabre Dogs entering tonight's competition with a 13-1 overall record, taking on the Red River Pilots, 3-8 so far on the season. And now the Sabre Dogs tonight, they're going for 10 wins in a row tonight. Now, they've been perfect the past 10 days, but last night was the closest they've gotten to defeat since June 2nd, which also happened to be handed their first loss of the season by the Red River Pilots. Last night was a game where we've seen a combined 11 walks, 5 hit batters, equaling 16 free bases as opposed to just 6 hits from the Sabre Dogs and 4 from the Pilots. So it was the game of adversity. However, it was also tense and close all the way till the end. We were tied up at 3 at the bottom of the ninth, and it was Ben Newbert who got to come up big in the clutch. He delivered a line drive to left. Joey Hayden mishandled the ball, and Davey Demeter scored uncontested from second base to walk it off in the Magic City last night. So tonight, I think the grind is starting to settle in with a bit of both of these teams. A string of games for days in a row now. Not much rest, but some players, including Ben Newbert, Luis Pelayo, Seth Delgado, and a few more, are going to get some rest that they deserve, but that's okay because we got 2 Sabre Dogs making their debuts tonight, Jesus Rojas and Ben Lavorsi. We've already seen Eddie Martinez, as well as Marco Ozuna from Cochise College, step onto Corbett Field last night for the first time for the Sabre Dogs. But tonight, we're hoping for 10 in a row. It's Sunday, so we got the Sunday Reds on, and we are ready for some Expedition League baseball. As Jacob Fletcher wraps up the lineup, we will be bringing you the first pitch next following the national anthem. So don't touch that dial. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning in to the Sabre Dogs and the Pilots for Sunday Night Baseball in the Expedition League, streaming from your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. And welcome back to the Magic City, everybody. Mitch Kieran, and we're just about set for the first pitch. Feeding you now the starting 9 for the Pilots, presented by Magic City Sweets. Leading off will be Tanner Thompson, batting second, Jack Walton, batting third, Tyler Wiltshire, in the cleanup hole, Jalen Lee, batting fifth, Carter Payne, batting sixth, Isaac Becker, batting seventh, Micah Barkenhagen, batting eighth, Jaden Cockerell, and batting ninth, Jared Kirkman. Jackson Lucas will be doing the pitching, and the Pilots led by head coach Matty Hollum. And despite the now fresh Sabre Dog lineup, we are going to be going strong behind one of our strongest arms from the get-go, Thomas Gutierrez. And now Thomas making his third start tonight. He's coming off a dominating win over Pierre where he struck out 12 through 6. And through 2 start, Goody's given us 12 strong innings of work, earning 2 wins. He's third on the team in strikeouts with 20 total, only walking 2 batters so far this season, and has an opposing batting average of 182. and a perfect, unblemished ERA of 0.00. So one of the top arms out of the University of the Cumberlands, the 5'9", 165 Goody, the southpaw on the mound for the boys in the red tonight. Once again, Mitch Kieran joined tonight by Justin Levy, our broadcasting producer, coming at you live on the Souris Valley Sabredog YouTube channel, which you should subscribe to. And don't miss a moment of the action. Every home game from Corbett Field will be coming at you where you're watching from right now. And we're coming live from the First Western Bank and Trust broadcasting booth. We're home tonight and for one more night before the first real long road trip of the season. Now the Sabredogs, 3 games on the road so far this year. Furthest trip was to Pierre, but then on Tuesday, they're going to be making the big near 10-hour jaunt for the first time this summer to Bancroft Memorial Park, home of the North Iowa Ragin' Roosters. That'll be Tuesday, but before then, 2 more games versus these Red River Pilots, and we are set to take flight here from Corbett. Gutierrez from the windup, the first pitch strike on a fastball to Tanner Thompson. Tanner Thompson back in the lineup tonight. Back in the leadoff spot, joined by Jack Walton on deck. He'll take ball 1 outside. Now for Thompson, the true freshman out of Minnesota State University, still trying to get the wheels rolling. At the plate, 158 batting average so far, but he's going to find right center on the third pitch of the at-bat. So just as I say that, Tanner Thompson, he shows me up. That's a nice base hit to lead things off for the Pilots here in the top of the first. Not a bad night for baseball whatsoever. We're on the warmer side for another night. 82 degrees, your temperature, and partly cloudy at the first pitch. We've had some ominous clouds over the past few nights. The weather a little unpredictable here in Minot. Looking at some rain chances, 50% chance of thunderstorms again for tomorrow. Already had one game cut off early by lightning. That was on Friday in the 11-2 win over the Pilots. First pitch curveball to Walton. In there, called strike 1. So Thompson leads off first, still no outs. Goody looking for his first, only the second batter faced with the 267 batter Walton. Second pitch, fastball off the plate. Called for ball 1. So again, Gutierrez, one of the most accurate pitchers so far, only walking 2 batters through 12 innings and striking out 20. He's been dominant so far. He's trying to get back to that, and he's trying to settle back in here as he offers up ball 2 to Walton. A 2-1 count to the freshman out of the Colorado School of Mines. Walton making a stay in almost every game near the top of the lineup. He's batted leadoff, but now been consistently in the 2-hole. The 2-1 pitch, swung on, hit back up the middle, and Cam Willman. The play at second, no. They are still going to give the out. It's on the transfer. So Willman with the chopper to short. He fields it cleanly, flips it to Barlow. It's on the throw. So a call that might be tough for Red River, but it's given to the Sabredogs on the transfer. So a fielder's choice, and Walton will just trade places with Thompson for out number 1. With 1 down, we go to Tyler Wiltshire. The switch hitter moving back up to the 3-hole tonight. Minot State's own. He watches the first pitch, ball 1, go outside. Looks like Jason Willers. After catching a string of games in a row, he'll get the off night tonight. So one of 3 300-plus batters for the Pilots. As Wiltshire takes ball 2 off the plate. Wiltshire, a young hitter, 207 for the Pilots so far. Just the 1 extra base hit, 2 runs batted in, but he's has a good opportunity here to add to those numbers here in the 3-hole. Watches the third pitch of the at-bat at the knees for strike 1. So again, for those of you watching Dogs Daily, I'm a little surprised Thomas Gutierrez didn't receive any votes for best hair on the team. I was sure he would be up there with Ben and Seth. Those two were no doubt guaranteed. 2-1 pitch, grounded the other way, and it is into right field. A 1-out single for Wiltshire going the other way, hard on the ground. And Barlow too far to the bag. Couldn't reach it. So that's already the second hit given up here out of the gates for Thomas Gutierrez. And we're moving right along to the top hitter for the Pilots, Jalen Lee. Went 0-4 yesterday, but he's still leading the charge with a .395, a very impressive batting average here in the early going for the Red River season. Already up to 6 doubles. And he'll take the first pitch call, strike one, painting the corner. So again, for Dogs Daily, can't exactly leave a comment here, but you can also follow us on our socials at SV SaberDogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Be sure to leave us a comment so we can break the tie on who has the best hair on the team between Ben Newbert and Seth Delgado. Basically, if you can tell they have hair coming out the back of their hats, they should be in contention for best hair for SaberDogs. The 0-1 pitch to Lee, swung on, just gets a piece of it, chops it foul to the right side. And finally, Gutierrez gets ahead in the count, 0-2 here. So I haven't seen too much command over the Pilots. They've had some very good at-bats, and they're making the most of their opportunities given. Again, too many walks and hit batters in yesterday's contest, but swing and a miss. Strike 3 and out number 2. But going back to yesterday, Dewyer and Gomez, though they did let some pitches get away from them at times with the walks and hit batters, they still did a good job keeping the opposing batters off balanced. Didn't see a whole lot of hard hit balls from either side yesterday. And ultimately, a lot of free bags were dished out, and a total of 7 runs. And here's going to be more of some free passes on a pass ball. Ben Lavorsi can't keep that one in front. And both Walton and Wiltshire will advance safely. So now we got runners on second and third. A big position here for both Gutierrez and the batter Carter Payne. A 1-0 count and 2 ducks on the pond. Men on second and third. And he's trying to find a way to drive him in, put Red River up on the board in the first. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball running in the zone for strike 1. Good offering that time from Gutierrez. Fastball, slider, curve, as well as a change in there. A plethora of pitches. He ties it up at 1-1 in the counts. Went soft away. Now on the third. Fastball. But it misses low for ball 2. So again, the third start for Gutierrez, who's already had quite the career at the University of Cumberland. Former Patriot, was voted the MSC Pitcher of the Year as a junior. And here's another pass ball. 1 run is going to come home to score. And a tough start as Walton reaches home on another pass ball in this at-bat. And the second run hangs in the balance at third. And we have a 3-1 count. So Ben Lavorsi, second pitch he's let by. The 3-1 fouls him away. We should be at full now. Now, Coach Kieran gave Ben Lavorsi a lot of credit as one of the top defensive catchers in the NSIC for their conference champion, Minnesota State University Mavericks. He's making his debut in the red tonight. And here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled away. Payne staying alive. Another Beaver from right here in Minot of Minot State University. Trying to get the job done. They left a handful of runners on base yesterday, and he's trying to limit that damage for Gutierrez. The 3-2, Lavorsi sets up outside. Fastball and the punch out for out number 3. But the Pilots, for the first time this season at Corbett Field, strike first in the top of the first inning. So now the pressure's on the Sabre Dogs to get going with the bats early. And they'll be coming up to hit against Jackson Lucas next on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
We all protect what we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero.
And fittingly, a dog pile on top of the pitcher's mound in a sea of baby blue.
Welcome back to Corbett Field, feeding you now the starting 9 for the Sabre Dogs, courtesy of Magic City Hoagies. We got Hunter Delanoy leading off, followed by Davey Demeter in the 2-hole. Batting third, Chris Monroe. Moving up to cleanup tonight, Dason Cruz. Batting fifth, Jake Barlow. And as you see the light blue, it's another Sabre Dog debut tonight for Jesus Rojas. Batting seventh after him, Alex Crouch. Another debut for Ben Lavorsi, batting eighth. And in the 9-hole, the second leadoff man tonight, at short, Cameron Willman. And as you see him now warming up, Jackson Lucas, making his third start on the summer here tonight. Already faced the Sabre Dogs in the second game of the year and was solid. He threw 6 complete innings, gave up 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, and he struck out 2. But he went a very long time in that game for the Sabre Dogs, and it was after a 9-0 win. So let's see if he could limit some damage here tonight as Hunter Delanoy comes to the plate. Now Hunter Delanoy, one of Wayne State's finest. He's been solid all year long, appearing in his 11th consecutive game. Has a .444 batting average. He's fourth on the team in hits with 16 in 36 at-bats. 5 doubles, a triple, and 10 runs batted in. He's in the leadoff spot with Pelayo getting the off nights as Lucas works from the windup, offers a fastball off the plate. And his pitches are looking crispy here tonight. They're got to be sitting at least in the upper 80s, probably getting to the lower 90s on some of these fastballs. Getting to the plate in the hurry. Takes his time with the windup on the 1-0. Another fastball just outside for ball 2. So for Jackson Lucas, he has a 1-1 record on the summer, has 1 win over North Iowa. 10 strikeouts and 8 walks through 11 total innings on the summer. The 1-1 pitch, and low and away for ball 3. Lucas also with a 5.73 ERA, and opponents are batting .238 collectively against him. So he's facing the Dogs for the second time on the summer here tonight, the 3-0. Delanoy will lay off on a fastball in the upper outer quadrant of the zone for strike 1, but he's still well up here, already looking at 4 pitches. Let's see if he can time one up here if it's close. The 3-1 pitch as Cockerell, the catcher, sets up outside, and he will keep the bat on the shoulder. Look close to the same spot as the last pitch, but just off the plate again for ball 4. And Hunter Delanoy in 5 pitches will lead off the Sabre Dogs with a walk. So the tying run reaches first. The go-ahead now up to the plate, Davey Demeter. Making his first offensive start after a few days. Saw more time on the mound. Actually, I stand corrected. He was 9-hole last night, and he scored the winning run. A quick pick from Lucas to first. So Demeter, he's no stranger to the top of the Souris Valley lineup. And he does well there. He's batting .361 in the summer. And the first pitch a breaking ball, perhaps a slider. Misses above the zone, ball 1. Demeter with an OPS, 1.045. 7 doubles. The team lead for doubles for Souris Valley. Could use one here to really get some momentum. He's got a 2-0 count. So you got to be thinking he's looking for his pitch to drive to the gap here, up in the count, 2-0. Lucas resets from the stretch and fires. Fastball fouls it straight back. Coming right for us in the First Western Bank & Trust broadcasting booth. Once again, not a bad turnout. The weather's holding up nicely. It's a warm night. Good conditions for beer and baseball here at Corbett Field. So if you haven't yet, be sure to go to SourisValleySaberDogs.com, check out that full schedule, and find some time to come out to the Magic City this summer, as another pitch will be fouled back and up over the grandstand, out of play for strike 2. Again, Davey Demeter, one of 3 Valley City State University Vikings on the team. Coach Kieran spent 1 year as an assistant coach under Casey Olney in 2019 for VCSU. Swing and a miss on the fastball. And that's strike 3 for out number 1. Red River with a dugout wide specific cheer for when opponents strike out. And they let him hear it after that one. Chris Monroe bumps back up to the 3-hole tonight. The 6'5" batter out of Central Michigan, looking to do some damage early here. First pitch, and he'll wear it off the shoulder, coming in hot. And he has no problem wearing it. So Monroe taking his time here, but again, Lucas is throwing it pretty hard. That thing probably hurts more than it looks. 2 runners are on for Dason Cruz, bumping up to the cleanup spot tonight. And Cruz has snuck up the statistical categories for Souris Valley. He's got a 364 average. And he's also doing his job, driving in 3, scoring 4 runs. A fastball above the letters for ball 1. So Cruz has been piecing together good at-bats, stringing together some hits. He has 8 through 22 so far. The 1-0 pitch, and this one also upstairs for ball 2. A 2-0 count for Cruz, so Lucas struggling to get up in the counts. Did strike out Demeter, but already walked Delanoy and hit Monroe. So a pair of free 90s, but hasn't given the Sabre Dogs much to swing at yet. And not on that pitch for Cruz. He'll let it go by for strike 1. The 2-1. Swung on and fouled out of play. Cruz couldn't quite get the barrel out in front with that one. He'll have to battle here too for 2-2 in the count. One of the top hitters for the Quincy Hawks, making it all the way to the NCAA Division II Midwest Super Regional. He'll have to battle here. Cockrell in the outer half. This one's grounded towards second. It could be trouble. And Kirkman to second. The throw goes haywire. And Delanoy is going to score from second. Cruz will be safe at first. It's an RBI fielder's choice, but also a throwing error that allowed Delanoy to score from across the diamond. So a fielder's choice and an error on the same play, and we are tied up at 1. Cruz legging out the hard 90, but also the throw off the mark helps his case to tie things up here. A 1-1, the first error of the game on the Pilots. And Jake Barlow back in the lineup tonight in the 5-hole. You'll take ball 1 inside. So far in the year, the Jukebox Hero batting .357, an OPS of 1122. And there's ball 2. Scoreboard is down. Working on getting that back up. It's a 2-0 count, 2 down, with a man on first, and we are tied up at 1, thanks to the throwing error. Third pitch of the at-bat. Barlow cranks this one deep to straightaway center field, and Barkenhagen over the shoulder makes a great grab. Micah Barkenhagen once again with another great defensive grab. He's been a threat already here at Corbett Field in center field and making his presence felt again out there in the outfields. So at the end of the first, the SaberDogs able to score 1, no hits, 1 error, and facing 19 pitches from Jackson Lucas. Top of the second coming up, Souris Valley and Red River knotted up at 1. And we got top of the second coming up next on your home for SaberDogs Baseball.
With a stay at Minot's Comfort Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley SaberDogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley SaberDogs.
Welcome back to the Magic City. Thomas Gutierrez looking for a quicker second inning here as he steps on the rubber. Set to face Isaac Becker, the honorary beer batter tonight, watching the first pitch strike paint the low and outside corner. So top of the second here, tied up at 1. And we also have the same score from Bancroft in the top of 2. North Iowa and Pierre tied up at 1. Ball 1 misses outside to Becker in the 6th hole. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Pilots. So last night, Pierre, now 5-10, swing and a miss. Have defeated the Ragin' Roosters 11-9, who dropped to 5-7 last night to get to 3rd place in the Expedition League. North Iowa still in 2nd, and Red River trying to climb back up the ranks, still in 4th. There's a check swing, and he just kisses the ball with the barrel and fouls it up and out of play. So with 2 strikes, not a bad swing. He's staying alive. Had he extended, might have made that one fly. 1-2, the pitch. Fastball in the black. And they're saying off the plate for ball 2. Not a bad spot. Gutierrez just trying to appeal outside. Okay. He's going to reset here. Back to even in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Goody to Becker. And the slider saying no. Ball 3. Running just low. Another full count for Goody, already up to 27 pitches after his first 3 outs. And here's the payoff. Fastball, fouled straight back. So a good at-bat for Isaac Becker. Drawing the magic number of pitches in an at-bat. This is the 8th one coming up. Goody still working out of the windup. Nobody on, nobody out here to start off the top of the second. And a fastball up and away. Keeps the bat on the shoulder for ball 4. Another leadoff base runner for the Pilots after the first frame. And a tough break. Pierre quickly jumping on the Ragin' Roosters. 3-1 now, that score from the top of the second. And so far in the year, Souris Valley 7-1 against the Red River Pilots. A check swing. They're going for an appeal, and they're saying no. You see, I don't think that pitch didn't look too bad. It's a fastball at the letters. Goody's still looking for an appeal. A bit of a smaller zone, at least from what we're seeing this inning. Swing and a miss. Barkenhagen, the batter, well out in front of a curveball. So Goody now with good command of that pitch. He gets to even. Still looking for his first here. A ground ball could be trouble. Crouch at third, Willman at short, Barlow at second, and of course Monroe. Swing and a miss. One hand flies off the bat for Barkenhagen as he falls behind 1-2 now. He's looking for some pine tar, so again, Chris Monroe with his 15th consecutive start, the only Sabre Dog to play in every game so far. Now, Coach Kieran and also Coach Witzke and Norton talking things over. Got to make sure, as our players starting to get fatigued, they've been appearing often through these games. When they get to Monroe, I don't even know if they got to ask him. I believe they had, and then he's just like, play me. He just wants to be out there playing baseball. Love to see it. 1-2, and that's ball 2 off the plate as Ben Lavorsi sliding over to make the grab. So I like how our infield is shaped up tonight. A ground ball. I like our chances for a double play. Already had one opportunity as that ball gets fouled away to turn it, but we were still lucky that they called it on the transfer. And it was still a fielder's choice to get one back in the first. If Goody can get a ground ball, that would be good stuff. Another 2-2 pitch. And Lavorsi knocks it down. The throw, he'll hold off on that. Not having the best luck blocking the balls in the dirt tonight. That was ball 3. And it once again skips away from him. And that allows Isaac Becker to take second without a throw. Another stolen base for the Pilots. Another payoff pitch to Barkenhagen. Fastball given for ball 4. And Coach Kieran, he's got to talk things over with his infield. So we're going to have a mound visit here. No outs. Runners on first and second. Undocumented in the pregame, but now you got to love those games that are close. 3 for 3. We were tied for most of the game. But again, it was a position that the Sabre Dogs have not found themselves in for quite some time. So with 6 hits and just the 4 runs to finish, Coach Kieran is expecting a little more here tonight, and especially after last night's pitching didn't quite see the best stuff. And the Pilots were able to hang in there with just the 4 base hits. They were given plenty of walks and hit batters as well. So now it's Thomas Gutierrez trying to get in the zone. He's thrown 37 total pitches. 20-17 in the ratio for strikes versus balls. Cockerell, the batter, shows a bunt and pulls back on a called strike this time. It's a 1-1 count. Monroe is in on the infield green. Can't say grass, an all-turf field. Third pitch of the at-bat. Fastball fouled away. And it's strike 2. This time Gutierrez working ahead in the count. Once again, be sure to follow us on all our socials, Twitter and Instagram at SV SaberDogs. Also got Facebook and the YouTube channel, which y'all are watching on right now. Got a lot of creative content coming your way all summer long. Just got ourselves a drone. And, of course, there's Dogs Daily. Swing and a miss! Cockerell goes down swinging, and Thomas Gutierrez with his third strikeout on the game. He's got his first here in the second. Now a ground ball here might work better than with just the runner on first. With first and second, you now got a force at 3 of the bags out there. First pitch gets fouled away by Jared Kirkman. Now he has been stacking quite a few games in a row here offensively. 2 for 2 on Friday, and last night 1 for 3. Got on base multiple times. So he's doing his job in the 9-hole. He's going to battle back here 0-1. This pitch, curveball, and nothing inside for Gutierrez so far. That curveball running across the plate. It ends up just a matter of inches inside, but I wonder if it crossed the white of the plate. The 1-1. Kirkman gets popped up. It might stay in play. It does, but it gets far out of reach for Lavorsi or Monroe. Good hustle for the Mankato catcher, Lavorsi, but again, just out of reach. Goody's back ahead in another count here. 1-2. Still tied up at 1. The go-ahead across the diamond from Kirkman, who's batting .222 so far in the summer. He's got a double and 5 RBIs. Fastball at the shoulders, missing for ball 2. Gutierrez through 1 1/3, already up to 44 pitches. The Pilots getting very deep in these at-bats. Two, Lavorsi shading outside the plate. This one's popped up and again out of play. Kirkman continues to battle. That one might have caught a car. Still a 2-2 count here. Goody checking the runner at second. Nobody's getting held on. The curveball, and they're saying on the check swing. Strike 3. Out number 2 on back-to-back Ks for Gutierrez. Hopefully he continues to get settled in here. It'd be huge to leave these runners on base and get out of this one. But we're going back to the top of the order, Tanner Thompson. And he's a teammate of the guy just a matter of a foot behind him. Ball 1 missing low, both Lavorsi and the hitter Thompson. Conference champions, they can get a ring at a Minnesota State University. He was a true freshman this year. Didn't see the field much, but again, very young. He's got his whole career collegiately ahead of him as he watches strike 1 go by. He was named a Play Ball Minnesota High School All-Star during his senior year in 2021. Another battle of youth versus experience, as Gutierrez just wrapped up his collegiate career, and he'll get a slider on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Goody trying to get himself out of this one. Up in the count, 1-2 from the stretch. This one hit towards Willman at short, and the easy flip to Barlow at second, and the slide almost catches him on that one. Looks to be all right, and 2 runners will be left stranded for the Pilots in the second. We'll go back to the bottom of the second. The Sabre Dogs looking for their first lead of the game when we return on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to the Magic City. Mitch Kieran along with you for tonight. Thank you once again for tuning in to the hometown broadcast for your Sabre Dogs. Be sure to subscribe to the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs YouTube channel as well as the channels for the other Expedition League teams for when Souris Valley hits the road. Be sure to subscribe to the North Iowa Ragin' Roosters. That'll be their next road series. And if you haven't yet already, the Red River Pilots and the Pierre Trappers on YouTube. So Jesus Rojas gets his first pitch, a called strike one on the upper half. On a slider for strike one, Rojas, a junior out of Oklahoma Wesleyan. Had great numbers as a junior, 340 in the spring, 11 bombs. Swung on, just gets a piece of this one, as well as 41 RBIs in 2021. Now this past spring, still very productive. A 286 average, 7 home runs, which was third on the team, behind fellow Sabre Dogs Cody Muncie and Seth Delgado, and also drove in 36 runs. He's got an 0-2 count now. Fastball off the plates. Nothing there, and he doesn't go around. A check swing nonetheless, but no appeal for ball one. A fastball right in the chalk outside. It's a 1-2 count. Lucas with the third pitch in the dirt for ball two. We are just in the bottom of this second inning. Lucas up to 23 pitches now. Gutierrez up to 50. Now a lot of those look like they could have gone either way. You could definitely see a little frustration setting in out there this past half inning. The 2-2, and Rojas reaches to fend that one off. Not a bad decision with 2 strikes. Anything close, you don't want to leave it in the hands. Now, Goody hasn't been given many corners yet this game, but I don't think we were about ready to find out on that last pitch from Rojas. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, popped up the other way. Should stay in the infield, and Kirkman, no problem with that one. And he'll be retired for out number 1. Now Alex Crouch returns back to the lineup tonight at third, batting 7th. Now he was perhaps the top Sabre Dog batter at Hyde Stadium on Thursday. 3 for 4. Did his job both in the field and at the plates. He'll foul off the first pitch. A little bit of a tougher showing last night. A pair of strikeouts in an 0-4 performance. Hit a few balls hard down the line in rights, but just foul. See if he can straighten one out tonight. He'll swing at the first 2 pitches, fouling both of them off. And now he's got to go to work with an 0-2 count. Crouch with a .278 batting average on the summer so far. Has shown off the power as well. 0-2 and off the plate for ball 1. So you're not going to get many pitches called on you on pitches off the plate by a matter of a few inches. Cockerell still going to set up outside, and they're not going to get it either. So we're seeing a bit of a smaller zone. Crouch not going to be fooled. Kieran's credited his discipline, and it's shown on the past 2 pitches. Still working with a 2-2 count. And Lucas quickly back in the windup. 5th offering. And this one will skip to the backstop. 5-hole through Cockerell, and it's ball 3. Twelfth pitch this inning coming up for Lucas, as well as the 6th of the at-bat here. First payoff. Swung on. Popped him up down the line. Could be trouble, and it will not be trouble. Payne. That one drifted to him closer than it looked. Out number 2 on the flyout. And we'll go now to Ben Lavorsi. His first at-bat as a Sabre Dog. He's a 6-foot, 215-pound catcher out of the Minnesota State University of Mankato. Batted .270 in the spring. One of the more stronger bats on the NSIC championship winning Mavericks. Drove 9 home runs, which was 3rd on the team. and 33 runs batted in, which was fourth. Takes a big hack at the first pitch. Comes up empty for strike one. He was also the recipient of the Miles Brand All-Academic with Distinction Award at Mankato. The 0-1. Swung on! This one's crushed! And listen to the eruption. You know it. It's gone! Ben Lavorsi! Welcome to Minox! Fletcher said it perfectly there. First at bat, first dinger. Now his first swing, you could tell, was powerful, but this time he connected. And he breaks the tie. Souris Valley now leads 2-1. Yeah, play that one back, Justin. Boom. If you could hear the crowd, I think y'all would have known that got out of here off the bat. The solo bomb once again puts the Sabre Dogs out in front. What a shot from Lavorsi. The swing and a miss puts Cam Willman behind 0-1 in the counts. And a fastball, that time on the outer half for strike two. Now, Cam Willman just batting .200 on the summer, but Coach Kieran reiterates now he is a better player than what his numbers are showing him. And he will come around. So Coach K still has faith in his shortstop, Cameron Willman, who's making his 8th start on the season tonight. We've already seen some good things from him, but it won't come on this at-bat. A curveball in there called strike three. 1 run on the solo shot from Lavorsi. And 18 pitches thrown by Lucas. Top of the third coming up. And we still might be in the works for another close contest tonight in the Route 2 rivalry. Souris Valley leads Red River 2-1 on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
We all protect what we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero.
And fittingly, a dog pile on top of the pitcher's mound in a sea of baby blue.
Back at the Magic City, more fun between the innings. Saw a car crash out there between the two miniature Ford cars. Our very own Ty Barrett helping move that race along, as well as our very own pitcher Daniel Tomkowitz. A lot of fun to be had at Corbett Field. Again, check out the full schedule at SourisValleySaberDogs.com. Tell your friends, bring the whole family. There's a lot of fun, apart from just the great baseball that we've gotten so far this summer here in the Expedition League. Well, Thomas Gutierrez back in the game for his third inning of work. Still trying to figure out the zone as he gets a fastball in the outer half for strike one. Came out unscathed, but went a little bit deeper than he wanted in that top of the second inning. And at that time, the slider drops too much. Gets away from Lavorsi for ball one. So already, we've seen some balls skip away from Lavorsi. That was actually the cause of the first run, was a pass ball for Red River. But Lavorsi's made up for that in a big way. Getting that run back on a big swing. That, just another one of those impressive shots for another Souris Valley home run. It's 2-1 the count. Swung on. Rope towards Barlow. No problem. A line out to second for out number one. But a well-batted ball from Jack Walton. We'll go to Tyler Wiltshire now, the switch hitter. We've seen him more often as a lefty, but getting his swings in from the right side as well. counted 4 pilot players heading out to the bullpen. Don't think it'll be anything too immediate just yet, as the first pitch, strike one, gets called on Wiltshire. Big swing from Wiltshire on the second pitch and just gets the tip of the bat on it. So Lavorsi's home run was the 20th hit. Seen plenty of long balls, and there's still plenty of baseball to be played this summer in the Expo. There's a soft grounder up the middle. Gutierrez. And they can't make the throw at first. An error on the throw. Chris Monroe just couldn't get in. Yeah, Coach Kieran not too happy with that one. That would have been an easy out number 2. I think our first man on standby would be Ethan Swanson as he heads out to the bullpen. Now we've seen 3 starts from Swanson. The first was quite the debut. The second, maybe not his best stuff. Still managed to get some outs. But his last outing, now you throw that in contention with some of the stuff we've seen from Tyler Elliott, Brett Laura, as well as Marco Ozuna's first last night. Swanson might have had arguably the best bullpen in his last relief showing. And there's the double play. The grounder up the middle from Lee, 6-4-3. I said it was only a matter of time. This infield twisted one will look it back. The chopper to Willman. Doesn't even get the hand on it. Just the flick of the glove. And they make up for the air. We'll go to the bottom of the third. And the Sabre Dogs picking up some steam here with a 2-1 lead over Red River. We'll be back after this on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to the Magic City. Top of the order, leading things off for the Dogs in the third. We got a 2-1 score here in the early Sunday night game at 6:20. We've already played about 45 minutes. Well, we've already seen some great stuff. As Delanoy goes the other way this time on the first pitch of the at-bat. Sends a sharp grounder through the 5-6 hole. And Delanoy, his first knock of the game, his second straight time on base. Scored the first run for the Sabre Dogs, which was the tying one. And we'll move along now to Davey Demeter. Looking for payback after the strikeout. Now, there are many reasons to love Davey Demeter, but I think one of the biggest reasons for these fans, they got to just clap along to his sea shanty song. Flies this one away the other way to shallow right field. And they'll make the grab. The throw to first. Got to get back there in time. Delanoy just does. Might have had too much of a lead for how close that fly ball ended being. And a close throw from Payne to Lee, but luckily not in time. But again, after the flyout, Demeter might have the favorite walk-up song offensively for the Sabre Dogs. As we just found out today, he said, "Now I originally wanted California Love by Tupac, but don't change it, by all means. I love it." So his walk-up will be here to stay as the first pitch misses. Actually, no, they're going to give him that one off the plate this time for strike one to Chris Monroe. Now he wore one off the shoulder his first time up. He's looking for a pitch to drive here. The 0-1 count, swung on, belted, but it's drifting foul. Now that's a major league foul ball. Hit about a mile high. If he just sat back a hair longer, that one would have been in the trees. But it's strike 2 and a long one on the foul. Monroe looking to battle and straighten her out here. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball gets him to chase low for strike 3. A tough break for Monroe there. With 2 down, Dayson Cruz steps back up. The man responsible for the first run wasn't pretty. Had the grounder that could have been a double play, and had it been, then we'd only be tied up right now. But Cruz showing again why you leg out every batted ball. You just never know. So he's 0 for 1 with the error. And the fielder's choice hits this one down the line and drifting out of play, foul. Cruz been near the middle of the order for almost every game he's appeared in. Now he's in the cleanup spot with the original 3-hitter Ben Newbert getting the night off, and well-deserved after walking it off last night. Ball 1 misses outside. Delanoy beats the throw. So on ball 1, Hunter Delanoy takes second. Now Jaden Cockrell, he was kind of led off the plate that time, but still delivered a nice strike from the knees. Things gone different, and that would have been on the money. 1-1 Cruz is going to call time as Lucas takes his to get set in the stretch. Again, this is the 3rd start of the season for Jackson Lucas. He competed very well against the Sabre Dogs in the 2nd game of the year. This one grounded to the right side, and it's off the glove, but they're going to send him to the plate. Delanoy beats the throw, and it goes to the backstop. Dayson Cruz rounding second, going to third, and there will be no throw. Dayson Cruz with an RBI. You got to call that one probably an RBI double. On the dive, Kirkman was able to just knock that ball down. Didn't have the body in front. On the dive, that constitutes a hit. But Delanoy scores. It's another throwing error as Walton sails it to the backstop. And now the 4th run of the game for the Sabre Dogs stands on third. It's 3-1, 2 away, with Jake Barlow now at the dish. The 1-0. Barlow down the line and foul. But another ball that just on the crack of the bat. You might not want to feed that same pitch to Barlow back-to-back offerings. Just missed it, but still got a lot of it. And a big swing and a miss got him out front that time, so Lucas answers with good off-speed for strike 2. It's a 1-2 count now. Lucas back in the windup with the runner on third. 2 away. Curveball swung on and missed for a strikeout. The Sabre Dogs score 1 on 2 hits, 1 accompanying error from the Pilots. And overall, a pretty quick inning for Jackson Lucas, just 12 pitches thrown. Payne, Becker, and Barkenhagen due up for Red River as they trail Souris Valley 3-1 on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
With a stay at Minot's Comfort Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs.
Back here in the Magic City, taking a look around the defense. Goody pitching to Ben Lavorsi in his first game as a Sabre Dog catcher. Around the horn, Monroe at first, Barlow at second, Willman at short, and Crouch at third. From left to right in the outfields, we have Davey Demeter, Hunter Delanoy, and Jesus Rojas. First pitch swung on and missed from Goody by the batter Carter Payne. Batting fifth once again for Red River, a .231 average. Second pitch, just missing low for ball one. So again, Goody, one of the more reliable arms for the University of the Cumberlands, voted as a preseason baseball All-American. Still made first team All-Conference and was twice voted the MSC Pitcher of the Week. Started all 15 games he played in, a total of 89 innings, and the man was a winner. 9-2 record on the spring. And the fourth pitch of the at-bat gets called for strike two on the outer half. He also had 4 complete games, and 3 of which were shutouts. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Gutierrez continues to heat up here. That was his 5th strikeout of the game. So again, Gutierrez able to take control of a game. As we mentioned, those shutouts, 3 out of the 4 complete games. Twice he threw them against Tennessee Southern. Here's a nice ground ball to Crouch across the diamond. And Monroe able to make the grab. Out number 2 on just the 6th pitch of the inning for Goody. Alex Crouch, one of our best defensive gloves, as he has been flashing the leather very impressively all week. The other shutout from Goody coming against Campbellsville. He also led the Mid-South and the Cumberlands with his 9 wins. 0-1 against Micah Barkenhagen, make it 0-2. 2 pitches, 2 strikes. Goody looking to retire the side in the order here. The 0-2, and it's up and away for ball one. Now 1-2, Micah Barkenhagen already sent 1 to the trees here at Corbett Fields. And he'll stay alive. Sits back long enough to just fight that off that pitch. Getting very nice turnout. You look at the grandstand out to the patio seating. Plus plenty of kids in the inflatables and beyond. Nothing like baseball on Sunday night in the Magic City. 2-2. Swung on, fouled straight back. So Barkenhagen with a 6-pitch at-bat so far in this one. He shakes one off and quickly gets in the windup, and Lavorsi blocks this one low. So again, Thomas Gutierrez, quite the career in the Mid-South Conference at the NAIA level. And he's made himself right at home in the Magic City. Love watching him pitch. Goody begins the wind for the payoff. Fastball hit in the air to the right side. Delanoy will catch it in the gap for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Thomas Gutierrez, now settling in there, and the Sabre Dogs continue to create separation as they've tallied 1 run in each of the past 3. Let's see what they do in the bottom of the 4th. Coming up next on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
We all protect what we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero.
And fittingly, a dock pile on top of the pitcher's mound in a sea of baby blue.
Back at the Magic City, Jackson Lucas, 49 pitches after 3 complete. For another game, he's competing, but still giving up a run in each of the past 3 innings. He's got Jesus Rojas to lead things off, the junior out of Oklahoma Wesleyan, and he'll be followed by Crouch and Lavorsi. So let's see what the Dogs can do here after scoring in 3 consecutive innings. They're not out of the woods yet. Still just a modest 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. And Rojas stepping back up to the plate after popping out his first time up. Now Rojas, a junior out of Oklahoma Wesleyan. One of 3 Eagles come to us from Coach Kelly. Gotta think Coach Kieran has some pipeline schools as ball 1 misses high. Coach Kelly's done well by Souris Valley, sending us 3 of his top hitters. Muncie wishing him good luck and happy wishes on his marriage coming up in a couple weeks. Seth Delgado still with us, the catcher getting the night off tonight. Along with him and Newbert, voted for best hair on the Souris Valley team. Strike 1 calls at the knees. And along with Delgado, Rojas makes it the 3rd player out of Oklahoma Wesleyan this summer. Oklahoma Wesleyan and VCSU. Coach Kieran finding some luck with this summer. 2-2 the count after he swings through another foul ball here. Rojas, a .286 hitter. Out of Oklahoma Wesleyan, 7 home runs behind Muncie and Delgado for the team lead. Trying to battle here from his first game as a Sabre Dog in the 6-hole. Lucas from the windup, and the pitch swung on, foul tipped. Luckily not caught by Jaden Cockerell. Also saw Eduardo Martinez make his debut in left field. Made a spectacular catch, just not his night offensively, however. Rojas reaching for this one. Jalen Lee has room and makes the grab in foul territory. What a play by the Red River first baseman. A pop out in foul territory for out number 1. Was a 5-pitch at-bat for Rojas. Might have reached on a pitch outside. But tipped the cap, found the fence, and didn't collide with a Crouch. Fouls off another first pitch here in his second at-bat. Got jammed his first time up and flew out. A full count deep at-bat his first time up. It's behind 0-1. And he turns on this one foul. So Crouch swinging early and often in this at-bat. Falling behind 0-2. Still a pretty disciplined hitter, but you don't want to be hitting with 2 strikes very often. 0-2, and that one, the painted corner is given to Lucas for strike 3. So another tough break for Alex Crouch, now 0 for 2 on the nights. But as you see it, this man is back up to the plate. Ben Lavorsi. A bomb in his first at-bat as a Sabre Dog. Only other player to do that, the other Ben on Souris Valley, Mr. Newbert. Another big swing and a miss. Changeup caught him that time, and yes, indeed, he wanted another one. So again, Lavorsi showing off the Maverick strength. Was near the top in the power numbers for Minnesota State. And he'll watch a fastball go by in the outer corner. So Lavorsi adds another catcher to the depth of Souris Valley. Hope to have these players around for as long as possible this summer. The 0-2 missing inside the chalk on the inner batter's box for a ball, 1-2. Lavorsi in the 8-hole in his first SaberDog game. He has the 1-2 pitch. Low and outside for ball 2. So again, Lavorsi received very high remarks on his defensive work from Coach Kieran. But so far tonight we've seen a handful of pass balls. So he's just trying to get back in the swing of things, as probably still a lot of these batters are. Now, many of them couldn't quite get on the start of the same season as a lot of these players. So for some of them that are coming later in the year, it'll be another readjustment period after time off from competitive pitching. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3 on the payoff from Lucas. And he retires the side in order. An impressive 4th inning for Jackson Lucas. As we go to the top of the 5th, it's still Souris Valley 3, Red River 1 in the Route 2 rivalry on your home for SaberDogs baseball. Welcome back to the Magic City. Mitch Kieran coming at you live in Minot from Corbett Fields. Opened in 1937 and beautifully renovated ever since. We still got the old school from the dugouts that are pretty interactive, uncovered, all the way to the grandstand. But out there, the beautiful flash of new school with the all-turf fields. And I'm a big fan of the center field logo for Corbett Fields. I'll be with you for the rest of the home games for your Souris Valley SaberDogs year, joined by Justin Levy as our broadcast producer. Big shout out to Jacob Fletcher doing a phenomenal job once again on the PA and the music. And Ty and Drew down there keeping the fun alive and well off the fields at Corbett Field. So now Coach Kieran's going to be talking some things over here as we got a pinch hitter coming in for the Pilots. Cockerell is going to be coming out of the game. And not much of a resting period for Jason Willers, as he'll be pinch hitting for Cockerell. So he will slide into the 8-hitter spot, and he'll be catching now. So Willers is going to lead things off here in the top of the 5th. First pitch cranks it deep to right field. But Rojas should have no problem. Gives chase, makes the catch for out number 1. So a quick one pitch out, and Willers' first at bat of the night. We go back to Jared Kirkman, 0 for 1. Now again, Kirkman has strung together a handful of games in a row. He's on quite a hitting streak. Not to the lengths of Hunter Delanoy, but a hitting streak nonetheless, and he's providing productivity at the bottom of the Red River lineup. So you love to see it. Gutierrez with a 1-1 count, and the pitch swung on, grounded towards Willman. And smooth. The throw's on the money. Cameron Willman with a nice play. See, he tracks down this ball heading towards the 5-6 gap. Able to stay in front of it. And a throw on the run. Very nice for the New Mexico product, Cam Willman. Former Bismarck Lark and Kansas State Wildcat as well. We've seen some nice plays from him in the middle infield this summer. Back to the top of the order. We go to Tanner Thompson taking the first pitch for strike one. Thompson with the 0-1. He'll watch that one, same spot. Strike two. 2 quick outs. That second one coming on just 3 pitches, and already the 7th of the inning. Swing and a miss. Thomas Gutierrez in fast motion gets through the top of the 5th. 7 pitches for Goody, and the Sabre Dogs will be coming back to bat. 9-1-2 due up when we come back. Souris Valley still leading Red River 3-1 on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to the Magic City. The bottom of the 5th, it's still Souris Valley 3, Red River 1. Don't forget to like us on our social medias at SV Sabre Dogs on Twitter and Instagram, as well as our Facebook page. And be sure to check out today's edition of Dogs Daily. We're leaving it interactive for you. More so on Facebook and Instagram. You can also tweet back at us in our Dogs Daily. But we're stuck in a tie for who's got the best hair on the team. And now this batter here, Cam Willman, initially voted for himself. He's got some good locks, I'll give him that much, but he later went through back and changed his vote to Seth Delgado. As many players voted for him and Ben, that's where we're stuck. So again, Facebook or Instagram, leave us a comment or tweet back at us. Who has the better hair, Ben or Seth? And that'll be the Sabre Dog with the best locks on the team. This one hits to the gap. Just reaching over the outstretched glove of Jared Kirkman, and Cam Willman on 2-0 gets a nice hit to right field. And again, we keep saying Cam Willman's due. Coach Kieran and Witzke both saying now he is a more electric player than his numbers early in the season are showing. He'll come around, and we are going to be singing his praises sooner than later. A nice hit from Willman to lead things off for the Sabre Dogs. We go back to the top of the order. Hunter Delanoy on a 10-game hitting streak now, and make this a multiple one. First pitch of the at-bat, cranks it to right. Willman will go into third, and Payne struggling to corral that ball in right. You might make a case for Willman to round third on that one, but a line drive to straightaway right field. Willman still showing off the speed. The fact he's reaching third on that one, showing off the wheels. Runners at the corners now for Davey Demeter. 0 for 2, but another guy who's due. First pitch, and it's upstairs, missing for ball 1. So now this is a tough position for Jackson Lucas to be in. Now, his first scoreless inning coming in the 4th, but the SaberDogs answered in a huge way. Goody just throwing 7 pitches in the top of the 5th, and this one cranked to left. Demeter ropes a line drive, good for a 1-run RBI single. Now Demeter, he has been just so productive this year. You feed him a pitch, probably rib height, and he lives for that. Seen plenty of pitches gap to gap. And that's also why his team lead for doubles. Got to give a big shout out to Cody Muncie listening as well. But because now that he's now with us, now me and Justin also talking about this one. Cody, he ought to deserve some love for best hair on the SaberDogs team. May or may not have seen the last of him, but the long blonde hair. He's got the Viking look going on. Back in the game, it's now 4-1. Souris Valley building to a lead and no outs. Chris Monroe, 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. He's got 2 runners on and a big chance to blow this one open. Won't do it on that pitch. A slider that runs off the plate for ball 1 after the mound visit. So yeah, I'm surprised a lot of players didn't get the best luck. It's not long, but Crouch has a pretty good haircut. The 1-0. Then this one sent out of here and through the hole. Chris Monroe answers back with a 3-run blast. And that one had diesel power. Who else but Chris Monroe? That's his 6th home run on the year. The team lead by a long shot. The next closest just 3. Pump it up for Diesel. 7-1 now. Yes, play it back, Justin. Boom. Another great shot. More on the line. But it got through that capital RV hole. I don't know if that's good for anything, but that's still impressive. Yeah, I think he hit it through the hole. 7-1 after the 3-run shot from Diesel, and it's ball 1 to the cleanup man, Dason Cruz. And now the SaberDogs with a little bit more of a comfortable lead, 7-1. Cruz turns on this one. It is just foul. Down the line. Coach Kieran can't believe it. I'm not sure we got an angle of that one, but you see the turf bounce up, and it could be argued whether it touched white on the foul line. Now, we've gotten lucky already this series plenty of times on balls hit down the line. That one's just looking so close, and finally it does land literally on the right side of the foul line, but that was not the side we want. We want to be left. And Cruz will make up for it. Cranks it to left center. And it's down for a hit. Dason with his 2nd hit of the day. So now worried at all. Dason Cruz really coming around nicely offensively. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Already a 4 spot, and the SaberDogs want to keep adding. And here's a good man to do it. Jake Barlow. 357, 3 home runs. A very impressive OPS in the early going. But he skies this one to deep right. And Payne, just a few feet. He's going to be tagging for second. Cruz slides in. Do they get the tag? They do. A double play, a bold strategy that did not pay off, Cotton. Not often do you see a guy tag from first to second, but hit deep enough on the fly out from Barlow. And a double play nonetheless. Caught tagging up from first. Just like that, 2 down, we go to Jesus Rojas. Behind 0-1 in the count. The pitch swung on, fouled straight back. You got 2 different count readings here. I believe it should be 0-2. Rojas 0 for 2 on the day. And the pitch, another foul ball. Nonetheless, still 2 strikes. Again, Rojas got here into town just yesterday. Got the off day, but he'll be in the lineup tonight making his SaberDog debut. The 1-2. The check swing, and they say he went around. Another tough break, and it's strike 3. What started to look like a long inning only ends in 14 pitches, but again, still feeling the effects of Chris Monroe. The 3-run shot adds to a 4 spot, and Souris Valley leads Red River 7-1. Heading to the top of the 6th next on your home for SaberDogs Baseball.
With a stay at Minot's Comfort Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley SaberDogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley Sabre.
Welcome back to the Magic City. Thomas Gutierrez. The Pilots able to get 1 run scratched against him in the top of the first, but since then, he's been pitching his game. And that first pitch fastball will miss. Looks like we got a new batter. So Alex Miller now coming into the game for Walton. So again, as the Expedition League has plenty of consecutive days with games. Last off day came just 6 days ago for the SaberDogs, and they still going to be playing for the next 7 non-stop. Of course, weather pending, but it's a 1-1 count now to Alex Miller. So now you see both Coach Hollum and Kieran trying to get all their players in there and give some guys some much-needed days off. Rojas had to adjust his route. A good hit from Miller, but also even better base running as he turns a single into a double. A leadoff double from Alex Miller in his first at-bat on the season. And now we got Tyler Wiltshire at the plate. So now Red River, the pressure gets turned around on them. After the early going, now they got some catching up to do. Wilshire still hitting from the right side, the switchy against the lefty Goody. Now here's a fly ball. Rojas has to adjust again, makes the grab and the throw. Willman puts the tag on him. What a play! Hollum not happy with that call. Let's see if we can get the replay on this one. It's a fly out to right. They're going to double him up on the throw to second. Willman stayed at the hip. Great fundamentals. Great heads-up baseball. Rojas had to make that adjustment. What an incredible defensive play. Just great awareness. Make something out of that. Well, it just should have just been 1 out. Instead, they double him up. So the SaberDog defense still putting on a clinic in this one. as Lee swings through the second pitch of the at-bat for strike 2. The cleanup batter now trying to fight from behind, 0-2. Third pitch of the at-bat, swung on and fouled away. See, now a play like that, that's almost pretty similar to a 9-3 put-out. You see a well-hit ball hit that way, you're not going to expect to throw. Either to first if you're heading that way, Lee fouls off another. But Miller, he got a little bit too much of a lead. Or he took off on the tag, rather. And he took off too far. Rojas came up throwing, kept the throw low. Now, in a situation like that, that's why you want to throw through your cutoff man. Because then Willman cuts it off, swing and a miss on the drop third, and they make one heck of a play. So another impressive inning in the field from Goody and company. After the drop third strike, there were no runs on one base hit and just 9 more pitches from Thomas. And it's the bottom of the 6th. Coming up next, Souris Valley still leads 7-1 on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to the Magic City, and we got more magic happening here at Corbett Fields. What a follow-up to the Ben Newbert walk-off. We've already seen a 9-6 double play coming in that last half inning, plus 2 huge home runs. Ben Lavorsi and Chris Monroe. And it's a 7-1 score currently for Souris Valley as Colin Quandy now into pitch for Jackson Lucas. His night will conclude after 5 complete innings, 77 total pitches for Jackson. He's given up 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 of which were earned. He's walked 1 batter, hit another, and struck out 7. But again, not the results he was hoping for on the scoreboard. So now it's up to Colin Quandy, a Kishwaukee Cougar, to stop the bleeding as that's strike 1 in the outer half. Alex Crouch set to lead things off, still 0 for 2, still looking for his. Another guy you feel is just due. And he ropes one past Coach Witzke at first. So Quandy, another dual player for Red River. He's seen more time on the mound this summer. They'll get that foul ball in. We'll try to find you some numbers for the new right-hander in for Red River. Goody, you might expect another inning or so out of him. Can expect Ethan Swanson and or Brett Laura on standby tonight. Crouch with a well-hit ball to straightaway center, but right in the midst of Micah Barkenhagen. The fly out to straightaway center will retire Crouch for out number 1 on just a handful of pitches seen that one. And Ben Lavorsi stepping in 1 for 2 with a solo home run already. The same conference as local colleges Minot State and the University of Mary here in North Dakota. First pitch to Lavorsi. Gets a hanger, but just turns on it too early for a foul ball, strike one. So Colin Kwandi, this is his second appearance on the mound this series. He's already pitched 4 1/3 this summer. This is his 4th appearance. He's given up 13 hits and 10 earned runs. Lavorsi down the line and to the moon. Look at how far down the street that one's rolling. What a debut for Ben Lavorsi. His second bomb, that one might have been farther than the first. Another ball that just off the bat, you can hear the crack of the barrel and that launch angle. In line with orbit. And look at him admire it. The flip of the bats. That was nice. And it's 8-1. The Sabre Dogs already have a plethora of 10-run rules on this summer. Willman back up there to the plate. First pitch missing high for ball one. We'll try to tally those up for you. We've already seen 5 10-run rule games in favor of the Sabre Dogs this summer. Willman strokes this one to deep left field. But Wiltshire doesn't have to move much for that one. He gave Willman plenty of respect deep and left. And it's out number 2. So again, the Sabre Dogs, that one will be in effect once they get 3 runs. And if they can hold the Pilots to just this one. Last night was the closest we've come to seeing the home run competition, the alternative to the extra innings, to preserve the pitcher's arms in this long season. Ball one misses outside to Hunter Delanoy. Again, it would have been 3-on-3, 5 swings each in the home run competition. Here's a swinging bunt from Delanoy. It's the arm versus the legs. It's safe! Hunter Delanoy with the infield single. Now you can tell he just gets a piece of this, a dribbler. But he sees it and he gets on his horse. A very close bang-bang play. Tanner Thompson played it perfectly. But Delanoy showing off the wheels. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to accompany the walk tonight. Doing his job as the leadoff man. So with the 2-out single, we go back to Davey Demeter. He singled his last time up. Also drove in a run. First pitch. And it's in the dirt. Delanoy. Good dirt ball read. He's heading to second, but he will be tagged out. Jason Willers keeps the ball in front and delivers a strike to catch Delanoy swinging or stealing. Just 1 run on 2 hits, 8 pitches, and the second home run of the game from Ben Lavorsi. The 3rd total from your Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, leading the Red River Pilots 8-1 on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to the Magic City. Thomas Gutierrez still going strong, starting his 7th inning of work. Seen a lot of exciting stuff, but can't look past Thomas Gutierrez. who's settled down tremendously in this one, offering a first pitch strike one to Carter Payne. He's got 7 strikeouts, just 2 walks, and again, the 1 run not earned. A swing and a miss for strike 2. Goody throwing to Ben Lavorsi. Quite a catcher, already multiple home runs in his first game. That second one landing on 5th Avenue Southeast and bouncing well away, and the punch out on the 3rd pitch of the at-bat to retire Payne. Another game that started off close in this Route 2 rivalry between Red River and Souris Valley, but the Sabre Dogs, this has actually turned out to be quite a performance here tonight on Sunday night. First pitch, ball 1 low to Isaac Becker. Batting 6th tonight, was cleanup last night. And he strokes this one towards right center. And Delanoy has no problem tracking that one down on a well-hit ball for out number 2. Two away, we move right along to Micah Barkenhagen. Just 5 pitches again for Thomas Gutierrez. If he can get a quick third out, then once again, another quick inning. Just be a major inconvenience to the Red River pitching staff and their field. Colin Quandy in relief that last inning. Only gave up the solo bomb to Lavorsi. This was the second hit on a swinging bunt from Delanoy, but he got caught stealing. We'll still lead off with Demeter next. First pitch called strike 1. This one fouled away. And it's 0-2 for Micah Barkenhagen. Barkenhagen 0 for 1. He struck out and walked. Actually, no, he did not strike out. Ball 1 missing low and inside. So again, Lavorsi putting the power on display tonight. One of the better mitts in the NSIC, where he's had trouble keeping those balls within reach on the ones in the dirt. So those pitches are starting to get away from him on pass balls. That cost him on the first run of the game. Hence unearned from Gutierrez. His ERA still unscathed. And another foul ball in the past 2 pitches. So we have 98 total pitches from Thomas Gutierrez. Ethan Swanson, sooner than later, coming into this one, we can expect him in the 8th. And ball 2 misses high. And as I said again, 3 appearances already from Swanson. That last one, perhaps one of the best showings we've seen in relief so far. 2-2. Grounded back up the middle. Goody right there to make the grab. And they say he's out. The throw might have led Monroe a little high, but he got the cleat down in time. A 1-2-3 inning for the Sabre Dogs in the top of the 7th. The Pilots just not getting much luck offensively. And I think we all got to stretch one out here. Middle of the 7th, we're going to have the 7th inning stretch, and we're going to take a quick break. The Sabre Dogs back to the plate next on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Back in the Magic City as the Sabre Dogs continue to roll here. We left off with Davey Demeter in the middle of his at-bat as Hunter Delanoy saw one pitch and then got thrown out. No point slowing down now. The Sabre Dogs have scored in every inning, excluding the fourth. 1 run each in the first, second, third, and the sixth. And again, that 4 spot in the fifth, where it was this part of the order that delivered. Demeter with an RBI single. And the man on deck, Diesel, cleaned house. Colin Quandy still pitching, offers a first pitch changeup high in the zone. So again, this is game number 3 in another 4-game homestand against the Red River Pilots. We'll have one more contest in the Route 2 rivalry tomorrow at 6:35. Second pitch slider missing low and outside for ball 2. Then Tuesday through Thursday, the Sabre Dogs are going to hit the road for the first time to Bancroft, Iowa, to take on the North Iowa Ragin' Roosters. As this pitch gets roped down the line, diving grab by Tanner Thompson. Now we've overlooked just how well he's been playing defensively here tonight. Another great play. The diving grab for the lineouts. And it's out number 1. So now Monroe will step back up to the plate. Going to adjust those numbers to 6 home runs. Still leading that category and runs batted in. So Tuesday through Thursday, the Sabre Dogs will be on the hallowed grounds of Bancroft Memorial Park. A beautiful ballpark. Very vintage looking. They still got the grandstand that goes all the way down to the playing surface. And that's another ballpark that's been sustained beautifully. We're going to be on the road with them, at least media-wise. Probably not going to be looking at any broadcasts, so be sure to follow along with the North Iowa Ragin' Roosters YouTube channel. We'll still try to bring you some dogs daily, as well as capture some highlights. To try to show you the good plays as they happen. Monroe to the gap in left center. It's carrying, and it's out of here! Number 7 for Diesel. Now how about Chris Monroe? Ben Lavorsi already hit 2. And Monroe's not about to let that happen. He's going to join the party. See now, Chris Monroe, for a string of games now, he's had at least 1 hit in each of them. It's been performances about 1 for 4, 1 for 5, but this is a huge night for Monroe. For the second time this season, 2 home runs in 1 game. Monroe continues to shine. Another blast from Monroe will move right along in this 9-1 contest. Dason Cruz watches strike 1, paint the corner. Just 1 out here, nobody on base. The Sabre Dogs could end things early if they score 2 before the Pilots get another. The 0-1. Cruz will let it go outside for ball 2. So again, one more reminder to follow us up on our social medias at SV Sabre Dogs. Our crew, Ty, Drew, and Justin, going to be working very well to keep you up to date on this road trip with the content on the socials as Cruz flies out to right. But we're going to be taking the cameras, and we're going to be getting the highlights as they happen from Bancroft. And then on the way back, a 3-game set in Sioux Falls from Friday through Sunday against Red River, Pierre, and North Iowa in that order. So there'll be plenty of stuff to watch on our socials on this 6-game road trip. It's 2 down currently. As Barlow steps in, watches ball 1 go by from the stretch from Quandy. This one's roped back up the middle. But Jake Barlow on a pitch low and outside has no problem reaching for the barrel with that one and getting his first knock of the game. A nice line drive single to center field, and we go to Jesus Rojas. Now, not the start Rojas was hoping for in his first 3 at-bats. 0 for 3. A pair of strikeouts. And and he's still looking for his first. Quandy from the stretch. Rojas will sit back and let that one ride high for a ball. A 1-0 count for Rojas. Quandy throwing 12 pitches this inning. He's at 20 so far in relief. A good secondary lead from Barlow. Throws off the pitch for ball 2. Now a 2-0 hitters count for Rojas. Gotta shrink the zone. Looking for one spot, one speed. Here it is. And it's still high. Ball 3. So Rojas, a very productive hitter for Oklahoma Wesleyan in the past 2 seasons. Happy to have him in the Magic City this summer. See what he does here with 3-0. Didn't know if he had the green light, but it gets away from Willers all the way to the dugout. I say dead ball, but no one's going to advance. 4 pitches, 4 balls, and Rojas gets on base for the first time this summer. And we go to Alex Crouch. 9-1 the score in the bottom of the 7th. 2 away with men on first and second. Crouch 0 for 2, another tough night. But he could turn his fortunes around here with a big swing. Not to take away also from the success he's had defensively. He's been making great plays at third all season long. But he gets popped up in the infield on the first pitch. Willers chucks the mask aside and makes a very nice grab. Just a few feet in front of the plates for out number 3. With the pop out, that'll do it for the Sabre Dogs in the 7th, which was highlighted by that blast from Chris Monroe. The 1 run on 2 hits and 2 left on base for the Sabre Dogs. Top of the 8th coming up at Souris Valley 9, Red River 1 on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
With a stay at Minot's Comfort Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs.
Welcome back to the Magic City, and as if this game wasn't already exciting enough, we got a very effective right-handed relief pitcher in the game now for the Sabre Dogs. As Goody's night comes to an end, the Swanson show is about to be put on full display. Now Ethan Swanson making his 4th appearance on the season so far through 6 innings. The man's only given up 2 hits, 3 runs, which only 1 was earned. So he has an ERA of 1.5. In 22 hitters faced, he has sat down 13 of them for strikeouts. He's only walked 1, and he hasn't hit anybody. Opposing batters only yield a .095 batting average against the right-hander from Northwestern Oklahoma State University. So we're excited to see Swanson back out here on Corbett Field to relieve Thomas Gutierrez, who gave us a strong 7 innings and 100 pitches on the dot, 68 of which were strikes in the first 2 innings. A combination of struggling to hit the spots, but also not getting some spots from the umpire. But that didn't last as the game carried on. Goody still well in contention for the win, which would be his third on the summer. He struck out 8, gave up the 1 run, but it wasn't earned, so his ERA is still a perfect line of zeros. First pitch, a hot fastball for strike 1. Now you can hear the pop of the mitt and on the tail. That's a fastball that makes some sound. Easily low 90s, but last time he easily touched 95. That second pitch misses for ball 1. A 1-1 count. Swanson with the two-seamer, swung on and missed by Willers, the batter. It's 1-2. So again, he doesn't really throw much of a four-seamer. That is a two-seam, so that's going to run in and bite. And if not careful, that could saw off a lot of wood. The 1-2, and it's up and away for ball 2. Ethan Swanson this past spring at a Northwestern Oklahoma State. 7.1 ERA, but he was an effective strikeout pitcher, 69 and 55. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, fouled away by Willers. Can't look past Jason Willers as well. One of 3 pilot batters with an average surpassing 300. And I cannot stress how impressive enough it is to go to a program in the GPAC like Morningside as a true freshman lead in multiple stats. A 355 average, 5 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Helped Morningside back to another impressive year, 32-17. The lone Mustang to earn first team all GPAC honors. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and foul. So a good battle here. Already an 8-pitch at-bat coming up for Willers. I don't even know if he was expecting to play today. He didn't start. He came in to pinch hit. Drove one to straightaway center. But it was grabbed by Delanoy for an out. Another payoff. Swung on. Chopped towards Crouch. Coming in. And he throws a nice strike to Monroe, who readjusts and makes the long grab for out number 1. A 5-3 put out and another nice play by Alex Crouch. Again, might be kicking himself with the 0-for-4 performance. It's like Robinson over there at third. Making plays left and right. First pitch from Swanson, swung on and missed for strike 1. Again, this defensive play just pretty reminiscent of the old Oriole Brooks Robinson for Alex Crouch. They called him the vacuum, I believe. It's a 1-1 count now for the batter Jared Kirkman, the third. And that one's well outside for ball 2. But that is just what Alex Crouch has been playing third base so far this summer, especially this past week. Coach Kieran had high praise for him after the road game at Pierre. I think he tallied up 5 outstanding plays for putouts at third. The 2-1. Swung on and might have been fouled back to the ump. You could hear him wear that one. Now, obviously he's protected. Some chest pads, but still that doesn't tickle. It's almost like a bullet coming back at you. Once on umpire, we're an 87-mile-per-hour fastball off the shin. Now that was painful to watch. After the foul ball, it's a 2-2 count, 1 down. Swanson to Lavorsi. Great pitch. The slider and the frame executed perfectly for Swanson's first strikeout of the game. Two down, nobody on base just yet. We got Tanner Thompson going back up to the plate at the top of the order. Swanson from the windup. First pitch up and in for ball 1. Second pitch on the way, and chop foul toward the SaberDog dugout. Now Swanson, he came in relief for Gutierrez back in the 21-3 win. He faced 7 batters, struck out 3. I believe that was actually his second appearance. The last time, yes, he threw 3 in relief of Daniel Tomkowitz in his first inning. 6 strikeouts in 9 faced. He only allowed 1 base runner. It's a 2-2 count currently for Tanner Thompson. Ethan Swanson looking to retire the side in order. The pitch. Fastball right down Broadway. Strike 3 looking. And Swanson still feeling himself out there on the mound. 3 up, 3 down, the SaberDogs with one more opportunity to add some run support to an already 8-run lead. We'll be right back with the SaberDogs batting on your home for SaberDogs baseball.
We all protect what we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero.
And fittingly, a dock pile on top of the pitcher's mound in a sea of baby blue.
Welcome back to the Magic City, and this man right here, Ben Lavorsi, already making plenty of magic happen from that left-handed batter's box. You saw the first, now the second of 2 solo home runs. Ben Lavorsi already making a huge impact in his first game as a member of the Souris Valley SaberDogs. A team that cares a lot about winning. They are 13-1, the league leading record so far. Going for back-to-back titles. And can this be 3? You bet it is! Ben Lavorsi! 3rd home run of the game on the first pitch of the at-bat. I'm already calling Newbert Benny Blast, but hold the phone. What a debut for Ben Lavorsi. Yeah, I think one of the strongest hitters for Minnesota State is a very accurate statement, if not an understatement. That's putting it lightly. Ben Lavorsi, he's making a lot of magic happen here in the Magic City. First pitch, ball 1 up and into Cam Willman, 1 for 3 tonight. That is 10-1. One more run before 3 outs, and the game will conclude. Yeah, I think we already know who we're going to talk to in the post game. You can take your guesses, but you just saw him hit. Well, I'll give you a hint. 2-1. And that one's low and away for ball 3. Cameron Willman also having a nice game, both in the box and in the field. He's got a hitter's count currently, but he will once again reach safely on a walk. Now with the game-ending run on first. Hunter Delanoy steps in, a perfect 3 for 3. Now, I've been meaning to get Hunter Delanoy up on Dogs Gate Daily and the post-game show, because he has also been a phenomenal baseball player this summer. He's clearly been one of the most prolific, already the career batting average leader for Wayne State. But he's just been making a lot of hits and plays look effortless out there. He's just that good. He's just that smooth. So Delanoy now sitting in with a 1-1 count. Gets this pitch outside for ball 2. Delanoy back ahead in the count. Quandy just trying to keep the Pilots alive. The 2-1 to Delanoy. And that one just missing the low outside corner for ball 3. Isaac Becker trots down to the bullpen. And Delanoy with a 3-1 hitters count. 5 total home runs between 2 players this game. And that's ball 4 to Delanoy. Runners on first and second for Davey Demeter. And still no outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The 10-run rule still in effect as we are in the bottom of the 8th. We'll only need to play 7 before the game will conclude after 10 runs. And that deciding run is just across the diamond now from Davey Demeter. 1 for 4 with 1 run batted in already. And this pitch up and away for ball 1. A 1-0 count for the VCSU Viking. And the second pitch away for ball 2. These Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, they have just been outstanding. They already avenged the loss this series handed them by Nate Scott earlier in the year. 2-0 to Demeter. Fastball in the black called strike 1. We've already seen many ways to win a game. You can win by 14, by 18, or by 27. And then we got our first walk-off. Now, I'm sure people are still waiting to see a game tied after 9 so we can get to the home run competition. Yesterday was the closest we've gotten to that. And that might be the closest we'll get for a while if the Sabre Dogs continue to play to this level of caliber of Summer League baseball. The foul ball makes it 2-2 in the count. Still no outs for the battered Demeter. The pitch. And it's outside, missing ball 3. Quandy up to 40 pitches. This is his 3rd inning of work. Already 2 under his belt. 16 thrown this inning alone. And the payoff. Demeter chops this one foul towards Coach Kieran. So again, be sure to tune in to tomorrow night's broadcast. We'll still have one more contest here from Corbett Field before the 6-game road trip to Bancroft and then Sioux Falls. But the 4-game set will conclude tomorrow. First pitch at 6:35, right here on Sabre Dogs YouTube channel. And ball 4 misses low. The bases are now loaded for Chris Monroe. Now, not to undersell. Now, Lavorsi, of course, 3 home runs. Monroe with 2. You have to pitch to him. If you walk or put Monroe on, the game is over. No outs and the bases are juiced. Let's see what Diesel does here with the game on the line. The 3-2. Swung on. Grounded. A hot shot foul towards Coach K. Now, Diesel has already walked one off this year. It wasn't with the game on the line, as it was yesterday. at a tie ball game, but he drove in Newbert on the 4th game of the year to make it an 11-1 contest and end the game after a 10-run rule. There was a big swing and a miss. He stretched 4, trying to dig that one out of the dirt. But I think Monroe wants to end this one with the big stick. He has 7 home runs this summer, and we have only played just over 2 weeks. Here's the 0-2 to Monroe. Curveball, it hits him, and that's the game. Cameron Willman will come home to score, and we have reached our conclusion. 10 after 8. Your final score, Souris Valley wins 11-1. Pump it up for Monroe. His second hit by pitch of the game ends it for the Sabre Dogs. 11-1's your final score. And we'll have your post-game show coming up next. Mr. Ben Lavorsi is your player of the game, and we'll get the skipper's thoughts as well. The Sabre Dogs win 10 in a row, 14-1 on the year. Red River now to 3-9. We'll be back at it again tomorrow, but stay tuned for the post-game show next from the First Western Bank and Trust broadcasting booth. And welcome back to the Magic City. To my right, making his Sabre Dog debut in probably the most impressive fashion we've seen so far this year, it's Mr. Ben Lavorsi. Now, Ben, real quick, I'm going to adjust my mic levels, and I'm going to try to just wrap my head around what we saw out there at the plate. What the heck? Three home runs in a 3-for-4 game as a Sabre Dog debut. What did you eat today? I got to ask that first.
Just like what I normally do. Eggs for breakfast. I had a little bit of mac and cheese for lunch. That was about it.
Well, there you go. Plenty of protein. But in all seriousness, Coach Kieran had a lot of nice things to say about you coming out of the NSIC champion Minnesota State University Mavericks. You were a fantastic defensive catcher, and we also knew you were one of the strongest bats in the team, but I don't think anybody expected a 3-home run game. What were you trying to do tonight in your first game as a Sabre Dog?
Just trying to be aggressive. I know I have a knack for kind of getting off to a little bit of a hot start. Happened this year in Florida, and I was just trying to be aggressive up there, seeing pitches that I could hit up in the zone. So just try to get the team some runs.
Well, fantastic. Ben, we hope you stay here for a very long time this summer in the Magic City, as you've made plenty of magic happen already. Obviously, you're on a 14-1 team. You already know what winning championships feels like with the Mavs, but what are you trying to kind of hope to get out of this summer?
I mean, just kind of keep getting opportunities, get myself better, and then hopefully by the end of the summer, hopefully I'm playing pro ball.
Well, absolutely. That would be fantastic and well-earned if you keep hitting the ball like that. Ben, you're our player of the game, and once again, welcome to Minot. Nice to meet you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so that's Mr. Ben Lavorsi, our player of the game. We'll get Coach Kieran in here next. And once again, just what a phenomenal debut for Ben. He also caught a great game from our winning pitcher, Mr. Thomas Gutierrez. And not to also outshine, but Chris Monroe, 2 more home runs to add to his team leading of 7 total. So now we got the skipper, Coach Kieran. Now, Coach, heading into this one, we were a little bit worried about the level of fatigue that has kind of set in with the amount of these players. Now, the grind has started to set in with all these games in a row, but what a game. It ends early again, and we saw a lot of great things. So what are some of your first thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we gave a lot of guys days off. We gave Louis a day off, Ben a day off, Seth a day off, and all three of those guys are three of our best hitters. We have a lot of good hitters, even guys that just came in. Never seen, not even just a debut, but holy cow, Ben swung the heck out of it. Chris swung the heck out of it. Up and down really good. Then Goody didn't have his best stuff early on, and he gutted it out. Gave us 7 really solid ones, and Swanee kind of shut the door. And we looked really good today. I think 7 of our hitters had hits, got on base multiple times. It looked really, really good. So I was really, really happy with our performance. And I was a little worried today because we did have a lot of fatigue. We played a ton of games early on. We've had one off day and then one rain day, and we don't have another off day for another week. So but that's what minor league baseball is like. And these guys, we decided to rest them today before a long road trip, and it went well.
It went well indeed. I like how you mentioned Goody. Not quite the start he was looking for. A combination of missing his spots, but also not getting those spots called, but still weathered the storm, and he still was lights out after that first inning. But then now up to 24 total home runs across the team, and another power hitter introduced in a big way in Ben Lavorsi. So you got one more here in the Magic City tomorrow, then the long trip for North Iowa. Any words about the games coming up?
Yeah, I think we just got to continue to play well all the way around. Last night, even though it was cool to walk off, we didn't play very well. So it was good today to come out and play up to our potential, and I think going forward, we're going to have to continue to do that. We can't take days off at the plate or on the mound, so it was a good day.
Well, Sunday nights are definitely magic in the Magic City, as once again a 10-run rule win. Coach K, one more good luck for the game here at Corbett Field tomorrow, and then the long-awaited return to Bancroft Memorial Park. We're going to be there with you, and it's going to be very exciting this next coming week as well. It will conclude in Sioux Falls. So until tomorrow, Coach, once again, great job on getting to a 10-game winning streak.
Yeah, that's always special. Every championship team I've coached has had a double-digit win streak, so maybe we have something here. I'm excited. Let's go Dogs.
Absolutely. That 10-game winning streak also accompanying a league best 14-1 overall record. So again, this is another special year for Souris Valley SaberDog baseball, in the hunt still currently searching for back-to-back Expedition League championships. That's going to do it for us tonight from Sunday Night Baseball in the Expedition League. I want to thank Justin Levy, our broadcast producer, for another great night of work behind the scenes of these broadcasts. Jacob Pletcher, another fun night of PA work as well as the music. Ty and Drew doing a great job with the fun around the ballpark as well, and for Kobe making it all work behind the scenes. I'm Mitch Kieran. Once again, your final score, Souris Valley, 10 wins in a row. It sure feels great, but I don't think there's no signs of slowing down for the SaberDogs. 11-1, they beat the Pilots, and they got them again tomorrow night right here back in Corbett Field at 6:35. Until then, thank you for tuning into the broadcast, and Sco Dogs.